All right, we're going.
All right. Hello, XChange facilitators. Thank you so much for volunteering to help us out at the Kids First Conference. And y'all did a really good job on Monday. We're looking forward to tomorrow, Tuesday. Jen and I have put some stuff together to help you just kind of stay organized and know what's coming. So we'll get going on that.
Yes, we'll try to go as quickly as possible because we value your time. And what we really tried to do was create everything in those documents that we sent you that's hyperlinked. So do you want to show that now? Do you want to reference that?
Sure.
Is that okay?
That. Absolutely.
So there were a handful of people who already accessed this, but perfect. So this is what we had sent them. And how did they get this? Was it through Facebook?
So this is the link that Dina sent yesterday.
Okay.
And if you were with us today on Monday, you were working in this link to find out what your room assignments were and what topic you'd be focusing on. So your Tuesday assignments are there as well. And if you scroll down past all the Monday content, you'll find there's the Tuesday content. And just underneath that, on this table, the next line is a Tuesday script.
Right.
Below that is a repeat of your room assignments and the topics, the times. And at the moment, these are the links that they'll have you for the Zoom rooms and your passwords. Now, we heard that there were some issues on Monday, so we're working with the Kids First organization to confirm that that's going to be up for tomorrow and not have the glitches. That's what we're hoping for, but we'll just go with the flow. You guys are really good at, making things work in the moment. So this script is going to be once you're in the meeting, once you've found the room you're in, you've used your link to get into Zoom, this script is going to be your guide from there. So that's a really good time to click on that. And it'll open up Final Tuesday Think Tank.
Excellent.
Wow, I have it over here, sorry. So this again tells you your room. I have this repeated in several places because I find when I'm facilitating in a room, if I'm really moving quickly and things are changing fast, I don't want to be jumbling back to 2 or 3 pages ago to find this information. So I'm trying to have it for you everywhere you go so that you always know what room you're in and what you're talking about. Because if needed, you could always go on the fly, right? So again, this next section in yellow here tells you what we have advertised these think tanks to be. So this is what your participants are expecting to see when they come in. And for Tuesday, we're going to be exploring 7 different questions. Each one of you will have a question to focus on, and I've listed them here, along with your room number again and your name. And this is also a place where we're going to put a resource for you. So we'll be doing a word cloud during your think tank session, and we will have an active link here where you can just click on it. And beneath all of those resources here, you see now your script, where it tells you what time we're starting, how long it's going to take for that particular section. In black is your instructions. In blue is what you say to your participants. What you say. Black is more like what you do. Blue is more like what you say. And if you ad lib, wonderful. We love that. As long as your context, gets the point across. We love to have it feel like you, and you guys are really good at speaking in a way that it just kind of flows and rolls right off your tongue. If you need to follow the script, that works perfectly fine too. So from here, you'll just go down. You can see minute by minute. We tell you how long to keep them journaling. We tell you how long to have them in breakout rooms. Switch every 2 minutes if they're interviewing each other or sharing information with each other. Bringing everybody back and let's look what we created. Bring up the word clouds, share the screen. So it's very, very laid out for you, every little detail all the way to the very end. And this tells you even how to take into that closing and then remind them to go into the networking and the bulletin board section. Although I feel like, Jen, we wrote this yesterday, and did I hear this morning that the networking was taken out?
Yes. And that's
Okay.
what's great about this document. They have a link to this. And if there's any last minute changes or adjustments, as long as they go into this document, half an hour before, it'll be all updated. So if there's some type of idea that they have tonight and tomorrow morning we're making a change, then they can rest assured that when they access this document, it is going to be the most recent accurate document.
Absolutely. And it says here, close them with reminding them to check out the portal. The portal is how they enter each room. So that's where they choose to go next, is through that portal. So just reminding them to go back there. And also there's some bells and whistles they can try while they're there, like the bulletin board, and there's a main stage and some fun things like that. And then we'll end at 2:20. And I think I have the timing right on this. And if I don't, I'll adjust it. What I do know for sure is that this is a 50-minute session, and what's laid out here is a solid 50 minutes.
And
all right, Jen.
yeah, so to that end, we're trying to be as specific and clear as possible. And again, like Heidi was saying, we trust you that you're going to do a great job. We just wanted you to see our vision for their experiences, that no matter which room they pick, they're basically going to go through the same process, and it's super, super simple. Um, we also gave you a PowerPoint, and if you want to show that you could be screen sharing, and we're not doing this to make your life more complicated and give you more things to do. Our intention was, we found in our experience that when you script a question, people will a lot of times say, "Can you put that in the chat?" because they want to read it. So we thought this would be easier, that if you can do a screen share and show this, you can go into presentation mode. And there's another hack that we kind of like to use too. If you go into presentation mode, you can't see the rest of your screen. What you could do is you could just make that slider over on the left-hand side super, super small. So you don't have to go into presentation mode. It just makes it a little easier. But in general, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I just want them to see that I'm putting that link to their slide deck right here in with the resources. So I'm doing it live. It says right here, link to the slide deck. And there it is.
Sweet. So then if we just want to show them the slide deck, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. So, there's your title slide. And basically all you're really doing is you're asking them 2 questions, because we only have 50 minutes and we really want them to be talking and engaging and connecting about these topics, because they're very life-giving and energizing. They're all centered around, how might we in education, how might we in families and communities, how might we create a movement? So it's whatever your room is about, you're going to reference that topic. So the first one, recall a story from your past experiences, high point moment, right? What high point moment have you been a part of or were witness to regarding this topic of this room? And so you can say, regarding how to truly support educators as they work with children. Uh, what high point moment have you had in witnessing what it truly means to keep kids first, right? So that's what that is. And I guess she's showing
Yeah, I
where
just
that
want to
is.
show how this is written in such a general way, like you were saying. Insert the title of the question that's the title of your meeting. So what you're talking about is right here, Jen, wherever it says insert the title. So, Caroline is going to be in the room of create a culture of innovation within your school or organization. So she would insert that title right here. If she wanted to make a copy of this exact script and title it Carolyn's Tuesday Think Tank Session Script, then she can write in that and, have it ready so it's not saying insert, and it wouldn't mess it up for anyone else. So she's welcome to do that. And then Nicole's would say deepen relationships within and among families and their communities.
And for that matter, what they could do is on the slide deck, they could do file, make a copy, and change instead of the topic of your room, you could say a culture of innovation or deepening
Ah,
relationships with family and community, right? So, um, and feel free to, being open source with Exchange. We're, very, very grateful that you're doing this work. And if this hopefully will go really well, and if you feel so inspired to use these activities with your own community, with your own groups, like please, like tell us how it went and the results that you got from it.
and then I want to point this one out here. This is another one of those that you get to customize for yourself. Here it just says insert bold words. And what you mean by that, or what we mean by that, is in your topic title with the question, you'll see here, like this one in room 5, the bolded words are support the adults. So those are the bolded words that we're talking about. Here in room 6, it's relationships within families and communities are the bolded words there.
Hmm.
So that's how you use that script, which a lot of you probably know. A lot of you probably seen that, especially if you're in the theater, right? They do a lot of that type of insert here. But just to make it clear, just in case that's something that's new to you, we wanted to make sure you were comfortable with that.
And again, it's not because we need you to say it exactly like that, but we just really wanted to make it where, if something happened and you couldn't do it, well, could someone else follow along and do this? And, that was our intention, is that it would be kind of ran itself and kind of as simple as possible. So,
You
yeah,
mean I could pull my husband in and have him do it, Jen?
is he volunteering for tomorrow? Because that would be
I don't
fabulous.
know. I mean, if we have an empty room and we need someone, we've got this great script that, he could just probably jump in and do it.
Yes, or your children.
Not as smoothly as our facilitators, because they know how to like work it and make it theirs. But yeah, we do want it so that, somebody could come in and literally read off of it if they had to.
Hmm. So yeah, the first one, discovering the best. You have them journal for a couple of minutes, then you put them into breakout rooms. They'll have about 12 minutes, give or take, and it depends on how many people are in the room. You just create some rooms of 3 to 4, and the idea with this is when they're sharing their stories, they're going to be listening to one another. And you'll put the link to the word cloud in the chat before they go to the breakout rooms, and then they'll have it. And then as they're listening to each other's stories, like, whoa, that was super innovative. Whoop, and they put it into the Mentimeter word cloud. And they listen to something and like, oh, that was about resilience or support, or and they just start putting that in, and the end result is going to be something like this. They actually, at the Kids First Children's Guild, they created this word cloud because we took stuff from a chat and I copied and pasted it, and they created that, and you can see their core values and guiding principles. Why is putting kids first so important to you? And you can see, well, it's about the people, it's about sharing strategies, it's about the students, and that's huge. So that is a way to create an artifact for the organization moving forward. So that they're going to create that. And if you think about it, they're all individually going to be putting in from their stories, but they didn't hear what the other breakout rooms were. So then you're going to bring them back and you're just going to ask, like, hey, I'm wondering, what did you talk about? Let's check out the word cloud you created. Whoop, and then you'll reveal it, and people can talk. Well, I put sharing because of this, or my partner put networking because of this. And the other question is, did anything were there any outliers? Did anything surprise you? Well, yeah, I was really wondering why somebody put the word, participants. What does that mean? Oh, well, because of this and da-da. And you can facilitate that conversation. The second um, activity is where they're going to do a love to see and love to keep. And again, it says, think about the future of the topic of this room. If you want to change that, think about the future of the juvenile justice system, the whole child, the future of kids first. You can change that. Brainstorm a list of things you'd love to see in this area moving forward. So, the whole like magic wand, you get 3 wishes, and give them some time to journal. And I'm even wondering, again, not to make more work for them, but if they are at the point in their facilitation skills that they can share music, if they have some go-to music, um, feel free that you can do that. I don't know if we have any recommended stuff. We could even put that again. Again, not to make your life more difficult, but for some of you, this is your jam, and we just want to make that available to you. And so they're going to, in the large group, brainstorm what they would love to see in the future, and also things that no matter how much things change, what would they love to keep? Because, you know, they're doing a lot of things right as well, right? What is some non-negotiables that you would want to have stay? And then they'll brainstorm all that stuff. You'll put them in breakout rooms again. They all take turns sharing. And that's, I think, I didn't put the time there. Like, I think it's another 12 minutes or so, 10, 12 minutes. I can add that. And then their task is for them to come up with like their top three love to sees and their top three love to keeps. And they come back, they elect someone to put it in the chat, and you'll save the chat at the end. Did we put that? Maybe we should put that in bold and highlight at the end. Please save the chat. And we can, if they save it to the cloud, then the Children's Guild will have it. I don't know if we should discuss if we should save it to the cloud or they should just save it to their laptop and then send it to us, which will be easier. If you want to think about that for a moment. And so then you'll have a discussion around those things, because then basically they gave some wish lists, all the people who came, who attended this conference, of what they want to keep, what they want to envision for the future. And we feel that that's going to be another very powerful artifact that we can take to the Children's Guild and say, the people have spoken, this is what they want, and they can use that to move forward.
I'm thinking about your question about in reference to where to save the chat. And I do have a debrief meeting coming up right after this one. And so I think maybe I should ask the Children's Guild what they prefer, because if they're wanting to keep all those chats, then we should make sure that they have that. And if it's and then maybe we can just get it from them if we need it. But if they're just not really paying attention to them, then it's probably easier to have our facilitators do that. So I'll confirm that, and I'll put it right here in between these parentheses. What we would like to do.
As I'm hearing that, I know we definitely want to use it for our executive summary report. So I'm thinking if the facilitators could please save it on their own and then just email you or I, you or me, email you or me. So that way we definitely know. Then we don't have to go and ask the Children's Guild, can we have that? And then we're just going to like repackage it and give it back to them anyway.
I think you're right. And I think it goes to the Children's Guild also. I think each individual can download the chat. Plus it'll go to the Children's Guild, if I remember correctly.
Okay. It'll just be one less thing that they need to do to get it to us. Isn't Heidi great?
Thank you. Jennifer, would you like to go to the SEO Solutions, or would you like that to go to your Genformation?
I think for this particular one, let's just keep it with SEL Solutions, but the Genformation will be for all the work that we do with more XChange people in the future.
Okay, I was just making sure that you had the information you needed, you know, as quickly as possible. So it goes to the right one. Okay. I think we're good.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And we'll have to do like a debrief with them all later. And remember, there's a little eval that we're putting, because we really want to make sure that, you know, the way we communicate with the facilitators, the way we design things and explain things, that we want to do the best job possible for everyone. And we'll be giving them, I guess, like by the end of the day tomorrow, something that they can fill out.
What I can do with that, Jen, is I can put that in our Facebook group, and I can also just add a link to the very end of this script right here. So if they don't get a chance to do that in the Facebook group, that they have it in the script. And if they were only here on Monday and they didn't come to this training on Tuesday, they still have the link.
Perfect. Yes. And I would actually invite people to still watch this So that way it's just a little hack for future content because like we said, please take our ideas, improve it, run with it, use it how you best would see fit because it's really about getting people together to dream different elements of their organization. And I would really love for people to use this and report back to us how it worked for them.
Awesome.
Just a
All
little
right. Well,
gift. So
we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
thank you.